life.
As we continue moving forward, doing everything the nightlife way. King Nightlife back with another nightlife vlog for you guys. I just wanted to catch up with y'all, and this gonna be a quick one, y'all, cause I'm trying to eat my dinner. Um, I got so much going on. I just got off work, but I wanted to discuss what's some pros and what's some cons of doing security. Um, doesn't matter if it's armed security, unarmed security. You're still a public servant, so it really doesn't matter. Excuse me. What type of security it is. What's some of the pros and some of the cons, right? Okay. So when we talk about what's some of the pros, okay, at least for me, um, um, naturally having the ability to have good observation skills, excuse me. You know how to communicate with people, you know how to talk to people, you know how to deal with people, you have good skills de-escalating things. Um, you have very good judgment skills. Those are some of the pros. Uh, those are some of the skills I want to say that I possess naturally, without being a guard. Um, but then again, when you think about it, it's just like any other profession you might be doing. I haven't been doing security for long. I'm actually working for a company. Um, so just like any other profession, it's always going to be room to grow, learn as much as you can about whatever you're doing, but um, hey, it's going to be a bumpy ride. Um, if you hear any music in the background, YouTube, please do not give me a copyright because that's out there. I have my door closed. This is me in here handling my business, but that's what I wanted to talk about because every day I do security, I learn a lot more about the job itself, and I learn a lot about myself personally, my patience, um, the way I interact with people, um, many different things. So, um, to me, some of the pros, like I said, communicating. Um, I strengthen my communication skills. Um, what else? What else? I really don't want to speed through this. But like I said, I wanted this to be quick. But yeah, communication, judgment, you learn certain things that me coming into security I already knew. Um, but it has helped me. Um, the more I do it, the more I work, the more I learn. And that's pretty much with everything you do. Um, but some of the cons, I know I didn't give you many pros, but some of the cons that I've learned, like today, for an example, everybody's not gonna be, everybody's not gonna greet you the way you greet them. So you have to deal with a lot of people's attitudes. You have to deal with a lot of negative energy, period. You have to, it's very, uh, what I want to say, it's very challenging. You have to, depending on the line of security you're doing, I mean, all security work is dangerous. Um, so I'm not gonna spoon feed any kind of I'm not going to act like one is better than the other. Um, so some of the things that I see other security guards go through, I learn from it. So it's like learning how to still be a gentleman, even though someone's being rude to you. It's like, it's very tough. It's very difficult. I can't act like I'm just the best at it, because when I first started, I used to not like when people was like disrespecting me, or made me feel uncomfortable as a guard. But I learned a lot about myself, and I learned what to do on the job, what not to do on the job. Certain things like that, it could be very overwhelming if you are not willing to embrace the positive and the negative and kind of balance it out. But depending on what company you work for and what's your location, what's your post, for me, it's like I said, just communicating with people, um, dealing with people's attitudes, people wanting to challenge your authority, people wanting to deliberately break rules to kind of test your response. And they're gonna push until they see how far they could push you, I want to say. So today, for a quick example, I'm on my post. I'm walking around. I'm not gonna say where it's at. So I'm walking around the plaza. Me and another guard, we find a vehicle that's parked somewhere where no one is supposed to park. It's on the sidewalk. It's behind the building. It's in an area where the car is not supposed to be. So we notice it. We take pictures of the car. We get the plate number. We post a picture of the car in the group chat. So we waiting for a response on what to do. So we walking away, and we just discussing the audacity of some people. But anyway, let me bring it back a little bit. Talking to this gentleman, and him telling me that he's gonna deliberately deliberately break the rules for his comfort, and even though my coworker, just finished stating that she's just doing her job, for him to turn around and say, he doesn't really care about, my job, her job, and he's gonna break the rules and park wherever he wants for his comfortability. He doesn't, mind having his car towed or whatever. Anyway, it's just a quick reminder that you got to know how to deal with people, but at the same time, remain professional. I feel like that's very important, and you're not always going to be in that situation, but you're going to always have to be professional, remain professional. So that's something that's kind of a pro and a con, but for you, but it's the truth, That's all. So I just wanted to catch up with y'all real quick and kind of share some pros and some cons of what you might come across doing security. I had one more thing I wanted to say, but I can't. I should have took some notes today when I was working. But yeah, that's it. Like, if you've never done security before, I mean, I'm pretty sure if a guard is watching this, you get where I'm coming from. But it really just depends on the individual. I can only really speak for myself. Like, I know how to talk to people. I know how to deal with people. I treat people like how I want to be treated. I have a gift of making people feel comfortable. I have a welcoming energy. So, like I said, I can only speak for myself. But I learned a lot doing security, and it's a lot that come with it. There's a lot that come with it. It's a lot I'm still learning. But I just wanted to share my pros and cons of doing this type of work. I enjoy doing it for a few different reasons. I'm not going to share those reasons in this video. But yeah, I hope everybody out there is staying positive, and to all my security guards out there, stay safe. I hope these words of encouragement help you on your journey, because it's a lot that you could benefit from doing this type of work. And like I said, I learn a lot, so it really just depends on your skill set, and what type of security you're doing, like I stated in the beginning of the video. But for me, it's like, I'm just a regular guard. I don't have a blue card. I'm not doing executive protection, although I considered it. There's many different levels to doing security. But I just wanted to share my pros and my cons with you guys. I hope everybody out there is staying safe, stay positive. Make sure you beat up that like button. I'm King Nightlife, doing everything the nightlife way. I'm tired, so I'm getting ready to end this vlog. Yeah, I enjoyed this time with you guys. Moving forward.